All right. Morning, guys. Morning, everyone. Hope you guys are good. Some persons have been asking me, when are we coming online for the weekly outlook? When are we coming online, guys? Some have been saying, you've not posted a trade. You didn't post a trade last week. It was only the week before. Guys, chill. Listen, that's the reason why you make money, you give it back, you make money, you give it back, and it's like this unending circle. I said it before. Every day is not a trading day. Every week is not a trading week. And even sometimes every month is not a trading month. Of course, you have to train yourself to get to that level, no doubt. And it don't say right now, as I just said, that some people would have been thinking, oh, it's not when you're trying to grow an account. Yes, even that. Or pass a challenge, even that, guys. I mentioned before again. You have to scrape out the 9 to 5 mindset that you already have, that you have to turn in every day. You can do that to study, but not to pull the trigger on or activate setups. You get me? You have to always wait for the best. All right? I know that that will conflict a lot of things for some persons, but if you really want to scale up fast, less is more. The less setups you take. I learned this the hard way. I blew accounts after accounts. I've done crazy flips, guys. With a HFX, with a here, done crazy flips. Most of them I ended up giving back. I remember one time, one painful one, very painful one I can't forget. $10, $10. I flipped it into 150 in I think that was in a day, couple of hours. And I remember I started early morning, or should I say at night, like in the 10 p.m. thereabout. And at this time the next day, I had $150 from $10. And guess what? I didn't withdraw a penny from that. A penny I didn't withdraw because I was trying to flip it too fast. Imagine that's 150% growth, right? If I'm doing my math well. But because I was trying, I don't even know how much I was trying to flip it. So I just want to keep going. And this was not too far back. I didn't take nothing out. That's just the most recent one that happened. I'm telling you guys, or the last one I can say. Imagine that I could have pulled at least $100. Worst case scenario, use that, give somebody. It might look small to you guys, but how many people can do that? $10. And then translate that to doing it on a bigger account. You can't trust your skills with a bigger account. You have to do it with a smaller account. Let's see how good you are at risk management. Let's see how good you are. All right. But I didn't pull out a penny. So, guys, the lesson here, ever since I did that, if I flip, triple, double, and taking out half, I'm chilling. Right? That $100, I could have done a lot with it. $150. You get me? So you have to scrape out that mindset of always looking out. He's not posting setups, he's not dropping links. Are we on break? What is happening? Is everyone asleep? Nope. We're here. And that's how you do it. You wait. So let's get into it. For XAUUSD gold, we talked about, as you can see, you still have my doodles in it, extensive breakdown we did with some members of the team. Obviously, that big buy-up from here, and I did talk about waiting for price to pull back down. So now we hit this area, no doubt. So I extend this back into this point. Come on, why is it not answering me? You've got okay, so you hit that point, obviously. Again, this is why I say what gold always responds to zones. That's hit that point and it's pulling down now. Let me see how it looks on the daily. Okay, so we're still bullish. Don't get all excited. We're bearish. No, we're still pushing up, but you see this point here? It could break or bounce. Let me see if I can remove all of this. All of this. Yeah, it was painful, of course. Some people messaging me asking me, was it painful that hey, I gave back? Imagine that, guys. Imagine that. You spend sleepless nights and make some. That's like some person's work pay over here. If you convert that, that's huge. I think that's huge in any part of the world, even in the US. You make $100, not working for all by yourself from just clicking a bunch of buttons. That's mad. I could go a long way in doing some certain things. I could buy you groceries for a month. All right. So, or even if it doesn't carry, the fact is you don't reduce the value of if you're still having that mindset of reducing the value of even a penny, that's why you're messing up in the market. Every dollar counts. So it's not small. So here, we actually talked about this area here being filled. So if this happens to take out this point here, I'm all for the sales down. I'll fancy the sales downward. Or if it bounces up, this would be my first target all the way back up and then into these areas. All right. So that's my take on XAUUSD. But at this point, I'm just chilling. Let me make that area here. So delete this. So, oh, look who has jumped in the room. Neat, it's not messing about. Neat, she's not joking, guys. Guys, I tell you this, and I hope she can hear me. The level of hunger and drive that Nita puts in on these charts, right? Look at, and despite how young she is, right? I'm not saying that to kind of flatter her or anything. This is for real. She reminds me of myself when I was way starting out. I was on the charts every day, right? The amount of hunger and drive she has, there is no chance in heaven where, in fact, just like Luke also was like that early days, and it was like hitting this goal would be a Herculean task, or moving a mountain or something. But even the Bible says mountain will move if you have strong enough faith. With the level of consistency, drive, commitment, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised this time next year or a year from now, or even 2 years from now, you hear she's racking in crazy amounts on a steady basis. She put in the work. This is the part most people don't see. Like they don't know the pain, the consistency. I'm sure she's at work now. She has to jump in from work while at work, and people don't see this work. They don't see the pain. They don't see the consistency. You have to come on, and some days it's like you're getting it. Some days it's like, what am I doing? Am I going to get this? And when it finally cracks, everyone goes through this part. When it finally cracks, people, not just like me, like Luke, not every trader is kind of all over the place, flashing stuff. No, way reserved. And it depends on your personality, though. Sometimes to motivate people, and sometimes to also for marketing purposes. Like people do a lot of stuff, but that makes it because there's a lot of fake in the world right now. Sometimes going that way because this is the digital age, you can't tell the real from the fake these days, right? But when you see like a lot of legit traders that I know come out and they maybe do travel trips or take trips or do some certain things. You don't know the pain that went behind closed doors. And that's at level where Nita is at now, putting in the work that nobody is clapping for her except a few, me and the other guys pushing her because we know what's on the other side. People don't see this part. Now, I'm saying this because, like I already mentioned, you turn up now a year from now, 2 years from now, you see how eating the fruit of our labor. Then people start, that's the part that pisses me off. People start to ask crazy questions. They like to know, what are you doing? You're doing this. They need to attribute it to some sort of stuff, shady stuff and all of that, right? But they don't see this part. Most of them even see it and try to, for those that say, they try to discourage and all of that stuff because they don't understand it. But this is the work that goes in behind closed doors. This is what counts. The confidence in public comes from a lot of work in private. All right. So just all of this for big shout out to her. So if you're not putting in the kind of work she's putting in, despite how young she is and her work schedule and other things she has to do, then you have to question yourself if you really do want this stuff. So coming back to gold, here, this will be the trigger point has hit here, it has dropped. We'll have to, personally, I'm either going to go when I get confirmation. It bounces here. Want some kind of pullback. And then that's one. The next one is here. It breaks that. No two ways about it. I'll take it down to the sprint. Let's copy it. So here we go. Let me drop the link over here. All right, so that's so good. Now, guys, I just popped in. UCAD is not one of my regular page, at least not for a while now, over the past 6 months or thereabout. So I didn't really pay much attention to it. Look at this. We broke this down a couple of weeks ago. We hit here, we were waiting for this. At the time, I don't think if I go back now to scroll and find the previous chart, to do a little I told you so can be fun sometimes. All right. Let's see if I'll find that the first time we marked that up. It's been a long time since we were waiting for that setup to take off. It didn't. And it just shows you how, if you know what to look for and you're patient enough. Now, if you keep an eye, say UCAD was a main pair and you tracked it, okay, I've seen it, guys. I've seen it. Wonderful. This was on July the 12th. See how long that was? Now, this is to tell you guys, I can't make this up. I literally cannot make this up, right? It's all there. So I think the July 7th breakdown should capture that UCAD move. Don't be all over the place. It's good advice. Just know what you're looking for. And be patient for it to come. Provided it's a legit method, you get the move. So let me drop this link now. Boom. So can you guys see it now? And you see the date, 9th of July. We're waiting for this to hit here, break that point, come back here and take off, right? See the date. It's in the group. Look at that. Breaks that point. Now, here you're thinking we've missed it. But it came back down and did what? This was the buy point. That's 184 pips. If we held that just from this point to this point, but it came all the way here. For how many? Can you see that? Over 260 plus. That's your week. That's your month right there, guys. I can't make this up. It's price action, nothing else. So when you have one or two pairs, if it's not giving you what you want, just be patient. Don't try to force it. It will come. It will suddenly come. So right now it's sitting here. Let's see. It's sitting there. It's bullish, guys. From what I can glean from here. It's still bullish. They could come all the way to this 1.40 level, no doubt. But from what I'm seeing we might get it. Let's wait and see. We might get a possible pushback. This point, you see where I dropped my targets here. Long term, UCAD did take a hit due to some stuff happening, which I will get into on the next call. But if you trade, this is one of your major pairs, you need to keep tabs on what's happening. So this still looks like it's holding that point. We want to wait and see what pops. If it gives us a push, pulls back, we might be taking it for a ride to the upside. All right, I hope that does make sense to you guys. So if I'm to glean this further down, we moved sideways here for a bit. Now it's taking off. So all I would say is I would wait for this point. Right? If it breaks above that, pulls back, I would fancy the sell. Right? So that will be my trigger point on to make sure we don't get a big tumble down. Let me clone this. One 184, 61. 66 is much, but I'll let my lot size do the job on that. Let's see how that pops. It doesn't go above that. No entries. No entries on that. So you already talked about good is getting into the zone. GU and GJ, those are my next. Okay, so GU. Okay. Okay, so GU, you guys can already see from my experienced folks, you can already see the inverse head and shoulder here. That's come here. It didn't break this point. I will fancy a push up onto this area. So let me remove all of this now. Well, let me see if I can just take this off. All right. Take this off. It's a long, long work to do. I don't want to clear everything. So patient with me, guys. So as I was talking about the clips now, the good thing is I can always do it again. I've got the skill. So it has made me better not to make the same mistake ever again. Since then, I haven't done that again, made that crazy mistake. But just imagine the power of such skill set or this skill set. From my house, my bed, guys. Nobody knew about that. So there we go. So I see this area holding, that's a daily zone that's come up above this. I won't be surprised now if this is pushing up, that means we're most likely going to have a push down on U card before it pushes up. But for let me change this to a white. Let me change the color to maybe like a yellow, mustard yellow. Why is it not changing? Oh man, did I select something else? Okay, let's see. Oh, there you go. I think the one I choose was the outside of it. So my first buy point, I do fancy the push-up into this area, if I'm being honest, in GBP UST, just because it hit that daily zone. But I would wait though, wait for GU, let it pull down into this blue line or close to that, and then I'll target that. All right. That's my take on GU. Come back down here, take it up. 132,500. That's my trigger zone. GJ, how do we look? GJ be looking nasty at this point. So just like last week, we're looking for this point to hold. It didn't hold. It broke it, fell crazy down. Now, GJ, I might wait to see how price changes over the week or during the course of the week. But right now, I'm going to leave it alone. Gold and GU card not UEA rather not looking interesting to GN. We did catch some buys on this one, still choppy. I think we might be getting yen sales. From what I see on Chef Yen, do have a break of structure here. Actually, I do like this, if I'm being honest also. So we did break this point, although this point did not break. So we could fancy some buys back into this point and then drop. Could go a little higher. If this point had been taken out, I would have said, okay, we're up for the big drop. So buy into the zone and then watch what happens. Chefy, and I like it. I like it a lot. Price came here. Of course, I will want to see more confirmation. I'm just jumping in right now and checking. Let's see. Okay, good. So now we've created, I want to see a high. In fact, that's where I'm going to look for the entry at, not from this startup. Even though it comes back down, I want it to come above that point, make a high, pull back, and then it will have my attention. Did it pop above that zone properly? Pull back, and then we'll see. All right, so there we go, guys. There we go. Chef Yen. I keep an eye on that one. If it breaks it and comes lower, then there's no point entering. But it will most likely get to push into this area and then the drop. But like I said, it does look bearish. Oh, if it breaks that zone, we could see it all the way to this blue. I'm very positive about this one, guys. Even if it doesn't give us this move, the potential of either the drop or the push up is good. Structure-wise, it's looking very, very good. So I'm going to personally keep an eye on this one. It's not a move I take on always, but this is a move that I like the way it looks. It's like I'll give this a solid 7/10 in terms of probability. 7/10. So learn to rate your setups to know which one you're most likely. Euro GBP, no. Euro USD JPY. How do you look? Also, another one that looks inviting. Time frame. Wow. I think we might get a push up. Wow. UJ looks good also. UJ looks good, guys. So I'm going to wait for the close. See when we started talking about the bias for UJ. And see what it has done. Created a low. Now I went in to create a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. There's no magic trick with these guys. So I do like this. If the next 2 days we get a bullish close, I fancy the long buy on this one. Look at that. Structure-wise, this one looks also very good. I like it. And look at that bounce on my T line also. That's clean. Very clean. Too clean, in fact. So if this closes bullish, I've gotten the rejection that I want to see on my daily and the bounce on my T line. Now, the point of contention is here. If for any reason price pops above that, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 4-hour green with the daily and the weekly. We could take all the way up into here. And that's for 300 plus pips. Will I risk 100 pips to get 300? You bet I would. But if price decides to tumble back down, then why not? All right, so guys, again, I'll rate UJ a solid 7/10 also. but we've got a little bit of waiting to do. If that happens, if what I just projected happens or anticipated, like I like the yen, to be honest. We're pushing down, but I think we're due for a pull up. Cars yen, how do you look? I'm betting you're looking all the same. UJ, I like it. If UCAD gets strong, then GU, we might wait a little bit. So right now, GU just, if I'm to run them, so UJ will be first, Chpjpy second, gold, third, in terms of rating, which one I'm most likely to take first. I'll look very promising. UJ first, Chpjpy, gold, and then GU. So let's keep tabs on this one, guys. Remember what I said at the beginning of this video, and if you were not here, you didn't get that, go back and watch the recording, all right? Go back and watch the recording. You got this, guys. You got this. I didn't mention UCAD also. I mentioned that would be the last on the list. So until next time, guys, don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done, because that stuff that you can't stop thinking about, that's the possibility of your capabilities trying to tell you that, look, you were meant for this. But you've got a few mountains to climb, a few hills to scale over. But the fact that you can't stop thinking about it, your mind is always here, is what you're capable of doing. Just trust your instinct, have faith, put in the work, show up, be patient. Even on the bad days, eventually you get there. Until next time, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful, blissful week. I'll see you guys on the next call. This is God Gift saying, have a blissful week. Let's make this month count. Peace, guys.